I'm gonna up that and say, wouldn't it be great if you could use your mobile driver's license issued in the form of a verifiable credential to log in to all your state services,
Hmm. Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Wouldn't it be nice if you could use that verifiable credential that the state provides to prove yourself through POS terminals and stores when you want to buy age restricted products, right? So I think the verifiable credential, and this is taking it beyond the MDL, MDoc, right? This is taking it to a full ecosystem that you can use what the state is providing to prove who you are instead of right now in the state like I have an identity with one agency, another agency, and gosh knows if I can even use that to log in, right?
mhm.
But I
Yeah,
mean, we
I mean, it's painful, setting up businesses and going through the tax IDs and all those other things, like, the number of pieces of paper you have to have are crazy.
now this is where your tinfoil hat audience will say, but I don't want anyone to track me through all these agencies, and I may be renewing my driver's license, but when I go over to apply for a business license, I don't want the DMV, right, to know that I'm applying for a business license in another county, perhaps. Absolutely, you shouldn't have to have that. And that's what's different with a verifiable credential. Is the verifiable credential because it is not using a direct integration from a centralized database, and it is not phoning home to the issuer of that data to verify it because that is not needed in verifiable credential. That's where it's very advantageous for a state and for someone to use that instead of some of the early iterations of MDL or other types of centralized or federated identity systems that states are buying. And that's where a verifiable credential is really that way forward when you think about how you use your driver's license in the plastic or how you use your passport in the booklet. When I go to use that passport to open a bank account, the State Department doesn't know that. And that is exactly what a verifiable credential replicates, but in digital formats. That's why it's really important when we talked about ease of login to all the agencies. I don't want a federated login, right? I don't want to what the IRS has done, right? I want a privacy preserving way to prove who I am to the state, but not have one single state entity track all of my behavior.
So, I mean, it's putting, it's very much like how crypto has kind of upended how the banks are able to be in command and control of all this money and infrastructure and putting it back in the hands of the person, whereas this is putting your credentials and your privacy to a degree back in your hands.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
I mean, for the tinfoil hat people, like, that's actually what you've been moaning about, so that's kind of where we wanna go. So describe the process for this for somebody